Fuck with me and we'll see who shits on the sidewalk. If I don't get my Oscar nomination for that, I'm going to give up.
It was a happy, peaceful time. Until the Phantom Killer struck.
The only thing we really do know is that we've got a very strange person on our hands.
Young lady, there is no such thing as being a little bit pregnant.
Ridiculous.
My ass.
It will be a dangerous trip, and I don't know what we're likely to encounter out there. But someone has got to save the Earth from the treacherous clutches of that evil Vray.
Sure. Why not? We'll give it a try.
A true story.
You are about to see a short preview of the film that has been breaking box office records across the country.
Hello guys, and welcome back to whatever the hell this is. It's been a while, but impulsively back for some reason. That was my intro.
Yeah. So tell us about your life.
I don't have one.
Interesting. And where do you think that stems from? Neglected childhood, perhaps, or dropped?
Who knows?
Dropped a few times.
What?
Dropped on your head.
Probably.
Well, I've got 4 films here. 2 I've watched, and 2 I've notched.
I see.
So
I can just see a HMV parcel behind you. Yeah, that one.
you want to see my most recent one?
Holy shitballs. What did you order?
8 things.
Things came in that massive box.
Yeah. Because they were books. I read books now.
Books?
Yeah, 2 for 6, bro. It's a great deal. I'm currently reading Breakfast of Champions. Very weird, funny book. Just give you a little example of what the content is like. If I can find it. There we go. So there is a drawing of a vagina.
What the hell?
And then underneath it says, "This is where babies came from." So, can't find it. Yeah. Books.
Books and more books.
Yeah. Been, I'm a reader now. Films are for, like, cave dwellers.
Oh, what about the course you're doing? Don't you have to watch films for that?
Yeah, only one a week.
Is that the result of all the weird films I keep seeing popping up on your letterboxd?
No. What constitutes a weird film on my letterbox?
I don't know, it just usually pops up with some foreign film I've never heard of.
I'm trying to think if I've even watched a foreign film lately. I don't. I watched a couple Godard. I finally started watching some more Abbas Kiarostami films.
And like you recently added to your watched list, Au revoir les enfants.
Yeah. added to my watch list. The thing is, the reason I added that to my watch list is because I recently rewatched the Transporter trilogy for probably the 10th time, and I was curious. Have you ever seen the Transporter?
I have not.
Well, that's a shame. That's a real shame. One of the standout characters is the Inspector, and I was wondering what else he'd been in, and he's in that, so I added it to my watch list. It's a very fascinating story. You should watch Transporter.
I can tell by the tone of your voice.
Yeah, you should watch Transporter. It's the second best trilogy ever made.
You are aware what you sound like right now, don't you? You sound like this. You need to watch the Transporter.
A scholar, and academically trained. I'll remind you that I have level 3 BTEC degree media qualification.
We did the same course.
Bitch.
We did the same course.
Bitch. Yeah, but
You can't call me a bitch when we did the same course.
I passed it higher than you.
It's probably true, but it doesn't make a difference.
I have a loud chair. Have you got new releases then? Have you you're the guy who sort of sucks up to all these big corporations. I mean, the only ones I've got is Fast and Furious 9.
Oh, yeah, I got that.
And that's obviously that's a tiny indie film. Shifting priorities.
Yeah, I did get a couple of new releases earlier.
John Cena's Supercars Superfan. Shifting. No, I said that one. Justice for Han. He's there, look. He's that one.
Justice for Han.
Gag reel. I assume that's like a fetish thing.
I know you're just doing this on purpose now.
Well, it's got a slip, which it's a weird slip actually. It feels weirdly sort of greasy and cheap. So I shall ask Mr. Diesel about that. And then it also comes with a disc, which is cool. That's how you play the.
I think if it didn't come with a disc, you'd need your money back.
Well, that's how you play the film. There's an angry Michelle Rodriguez on a bike on the back cover. I'm just giving the experience of if you had purchased it.
I have purchased it, and she's not angry. That's her default face.
I mean the audience, bro. So you've got Charlize Theron, and she's got some weird ass bowl cut. She sort of looks like she's been vandalized by squirrels. And if you look in the bottom right corner, here you have the wonderful Natalie Emmanuel, who was in Game of Thrones. Got her tits out for that. It's quite good.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. You go through. That's my one new release. I've got another one. I've not watched them yet, but I've got two I have watched that are like strong recommends. So
I've got to bring them downstairs, but I can talk about it. So I actually these are these are new releases that actually come out tomorrow for us. So I got June, the 2021 Denis Villeneuve film.
Juno. Did you say Juno, the Jason Reitman film?
Oh, June.
Juno.
I said Denis Villeneuve.
It's Elliot Page, and he's pregnant. And it might be Jason Bateman's. Very good indie film, classic 2000s film. It's got Michael Cera in it, who was popular throughout the time period, mostly for Arrested Development, where he played Jason Bateman's son. Just another fun connection for you there. He was also in a movie called Austin Powers. No, that wasn't him. Oh, Oh, sorry, that was Seth Green. That was.
Are you gonna stop being a twat for 5
He
minutes?
was in Scott Pilgrim. Good movie, just came out 4K. He's in a movie called This Is the End. He does cocaine and dies. Sorry, yeah, continue. So you were talking about Juno with Michael Cera.
No, you retard. We were talking. I said Dune, the Denis Villeneuve film. I know you heard me.
Oh, that one with Stellan Skarsgård from The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and In Order of Disappearance and Thor.
Yes.
Kenneth Branagh's Thor. Sorry. Kenneth Branagh's Thor, which is actually recently discovered to be the best Marvel movie. Don't know if you saw that, but yeah, it's officially the best Marvel movie.
I don't know what planet you're living on.
The planet where I rewatched it 2 weeks ago and got a little bit tipsy and had a lot of fun. It's got a Foo Fighters song in the credits. So, because Thor, at the end of the day, Thor, he learned to fly, right?
Okay.
So the Foo Fighters come in and they're like, run and tell all the angels, right? Because Thor has learned to fly. And he's spreading his wings. Sorry, continue.
So there was June. I also got Ghostbusters Afterlife early.
Oh, that's the one that's got Paul Rudd in it from Knocked Up, and not much else, right? He does the funny dance at the end of the 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Okay.
He's good. I like him in This Is 40. So.
I think I've only seen him in Ant-Man and Friends.
Well, sucks for you, doesn't it? I mean, yeah, you've not seen Anchorman.
I've not seen what?
Anchorman.
Endgame.
Anchorman.
No.
You've not seen Anchorman. Oh, that's a shame.
I haven't seen Anchorman.
Continue.
And
it's also got McKenna Grace in it, isn't it? She was in Annabelle Comes Home.
Yep.
She was in.
I have seen her in a couple of things before Annabelle comes home.
Yeah. It's also got Dick Turpin from Stranger Things. Of course, Dick Turpin was the famous highway banditman played by Adam and the Ants in the popular music video Stand and Deliver. And it's not his name. So, yeah, continue.
And should be coming on Monday, because HMV are being really weird at the moment with my pre-orders. The new Edgar Wright film, Last Night in Soho.
With Anya Taylor-Joy and...
Thomasin McKenzie, Matt Smith.
It's actually Matt Damon. Yeah. Well, that's a good tie-in actually to one of my films that I have watched recently that is a new-ish release, because like Last Night in Soho, they both take strong inspiration from giallo films like Dario Argento and Lucio Fulci and Sergio Martino, so which I'm a big fan of anyway. So this film is a new release, and it takes a lot of inspiration from Argento. And it's James Wan, Malignant.
It's not a new release if it came out on Blu-ray a month ago.
James Wan's *Malignant*, and
I also have that.
it's a story of abuse. It's a story of a big knife. You can see that she's quite scared of the knife, and I gave it a 5 stars, and I don't plan on changing that. Very entertaining. Every new release I've seen lately has been just awful, and so this was a refreshing Mentos mint of a film.
Honestly, when you messaged me saying that you really enjoyed *Malignant*, I was just like, has he had brain damage or something? That doesn't sound
No, but
like
she does. She does. So it's amazing you say that, because she does, and that's the plot of the film. So clever. It's a bloody great film. Bloody great. I was remarkably entertained. Remarkably. It was much better than No Time to Die, which made me want to die.
Yeah, I got *Malignant* because I'm a James Wan fan.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen most of his movies and I've enjoyed them.
Like Saw.
Yep.
The Conjuring 3, that was awful.
Yeah, it wasn't terrific.
It was atrocious. It was absolutely atrocious. I don't think I've seen any great new releases for so long now.
I think the last I watched my Ghostbusters Afterlife Blu-ray last night. That was a rewatch. I think the first new release film I watched last was Eternals. Because I hadn't seen it in the cinema, so I watched it when it came on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, the biggest thing I could say about the movie was, like Michael Bay with the 5th Transformers film, they need to pick an aspect ratio and fucking stick to it.
Yeah, you mean like Dunkirk?
Dunkirk was consistent.
No, Dunkirk was not consistent. Dunkirk is the biggest offender. Dunkirk is who should be to blame.
The Transformers last night, literally, no 2 shots are in the same aspect ratio.
Yeah, but it's funny.
It's fucking distracting.
Funny though. Yeah. Good cast as well.
Eternals, I just felt like that had a lot of script problems. The script wasn't really that balanced.
Unlike Thor and Iron Man 3, which are the best Marvel movies.
I'm not going to comment because I know what you're doing.
For sure. Okay, we'll move on to my next one. Unless you want to actually talk about the contents of Ghostbusters. There's a very fuckable ghost of Harold Ramis. I'm sure he's doing fucking triple backflips from his grave for that shit.
Well, you Ghostbusters Afterlife, despite the fact that it very heavily relies on jump scares in a few of its in a few scenes, it's honestly a good film.
You lost me. Your first sentence, you lost me. Yeah. Now, what I'm excited for is the new Matrix. It sounds awesome. I can't wait.
I've got that pre-ordered.
I wish they'd put a date on it, because we got the new Resident Evil movie. That's next week.
Got that pre-ordered as well.
Have you?
I haven't seen any Resident Evil movies before. I haven't even played any of the games.
Oh, you should watch. You should watch the old ones. They're great. Yeah, I'd say don't watch the final chapter because it's like an absolute migraine of a film. But if you are going to watch the earlier ones, definitely watch 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're like a slow build to absolute insanity, and it's very entertaining. I've seen the fourth one I think 5 times, including with the director's commentary track on. So I'm a bit of a Paul W.S. Anderson expert. Monster Hunter I've seen 3 times. It's a great film.
Oh yeah, because you've got the American 4K release.
Mm-hmm.
Or it even came out in cinemas in the UK.
It's because I was waiting for it for so long because I'm a big fan of Paul W.S. Anderson. His feature films include The Three Musketeers, which is a wonderful romp, great time. Event Horizon, Death Race, Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6. Monster Hunter, as previously discussed, which is a good film. There's also he did a film called Soldier with Kurt Russell, which was a secret sequel to Blade Runner.
Oh, I have heard about that.
Very entertaining film. It's got Mr. Sean Pertwee in it and Jason Isaacs in it, which are always a delight to see. His first feature film was Shopping, which I don't recommend. It's a bit crap, really. Where were we?
Oh, we were talking about Resident Evil.
Oh, you were saying, is Ghostbusters good?
Yes, right. Yes, it is good. There are a few points where it does rely on jump scares, but honestly, it's a good film.
Is Dune good?
I haven't seen Dune yet.
Right. Well, another film that I haven't seen soon on the same sort of note is Ghostbusters. No, I held it back. We're good. Is Venom Let There Be Carnage?
Yes, I got that early, and then I watched it New Year's Day. It was the first film I watched this year.
The first film I watched this year was the second half of the Snyder Cut.
I thought you were going to say porn.
No, so we timed it so that it said like Justice Continues on disc 2, right at like sort of midnight. So it was pretty funny. Anyway, it's a great way to start the year to have Wonder Woman chop Steppenwolf's head off to like and then like you get like the dark side and he just like crushes it, and then they win. Spoilers, they win.
I've seen the Snyder Cut.
I'm not talking to you, bitch. Okay. Right? It's my favourite release from last year. It's the only superhero movie that's entertained me in the last 5 years. It's also the only one I've watched more than once in the last like 3 years. And anyway, Venom Let There Be actually, I haven't said that I have watched Venom like 2 times last year because it's terrible and it's funny. Venom Let There Be Carnage. Not watched it yet, but it's got a lovely slip on it. I really like the slip.
Yeah, I've watched it.
That's a train. It's just that's a train. Train's gone. I live on a train station now, by the way. Like literally outside my window is the train station.
Sounds delicious.
Delicious. That is a great tie-in to. Have you ever seen Tomorrow Never Dies?
James Bond film?
Yes, yeah.
I don't think I have.
So the villain in that is played by Jonathan Pryce, and his catchphrase is to sort of commit a terrorist attack and then just sort of stroke his face and go, delicious. It's wonderful. It's a bloody great film. I recommend that one. It's one of the most entertaining Bond films. It's got Michelle Yeoh in it, and you can sort of clearly tell that whoever the people making it are actually fans of sort of Hong Kong cinema. There's lots of influences from it. There's also a helicopter that flies at an angle to try and chop their heads off while they're on a motorbike. Great film. I've seen all the Bond films, and I can tell you it's near the top. And at the bottom is Spectre.
I saw Spectre in the cinema. I really.
Yeah, it sucks for you, doesn't it? No, it's a piece of shit. It's a piece of shit.
When I watched No Time to Die like a couple days before New Year's, so it was like one of the last films I watched last year.
Yeah.
And honestly,
it's poo.
It honestly feels too long, but
It's
it
poo.
also feels like it wouldn't work at any other length.
It's poo. It's poop. It's a poop film. I was so bored. And I like long films. But Rami Malek is the most dull and boring fuck in that film.
They only got him because of
Yeah, sure, but he monologued on and on and on and on, and I was like, just shut up and fucking die. And he talks for so fucking long that when he does die, you're just like, great. You know, he talks for so long, it's gone. And he's fucking like, if you're done to answer my predictions, then you can leave. And the little girl runs off. That's the only good part of that film, because it's funny as fuck. The rest sucks shit, man. The song is terrible. The cinematography is like trying hard, and I respect it, but there's like, it's either all the background is CG, or the background is real, and everything in the foreground is CG, and it's just disgusting. Also, I don't believe that 10 years on, 20 years on, Bond gives a flying fuck about Vesper. Right? Especially after I read Casino Royale recently. And the second she gets captured in the book, he just says, yeah, if she dies, it's her fault. I'm only chasing to get to Le Sharif. So, he also calls her a bitch. She gets kidnapped and instantly he goes, bitch. So, where were we? I've got another film here, one I've watched. It's old. It's an oldie but a goodie. It's a newish Blu-ray. I think it came out last year, maybe the year before. But I rewatched it for the first time in a while, and it's just so much fun. The Fifth Element.
Ah.
The Fifth Element. And I specifically sort of grabbed this because this is sort of newish Blu-ray. So I think it was last year before. And it looks so good. Like, it actually looks really nice. It's one of those times where you can actually tell they've done something. A lot of the time it's like, have they? But yeah, this Ian Holm in this is so fucking good. Like, he just carries the whole movie. He's so good, and I wish he was in more stuff. Gary Oldman's character, do you know what he's called? Jean-Paul Emmanuel Zorg. So, have you seen the film?
I haven't.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Right, well, you watch this, yeah? And next time we'll talk about it. You gotta watch this. You'll love it, dude. You'll love it. It's like Star Wars, but no gay shit. No, it's really good. It's really good and very funny. And Ian Holm. Is so good, man. He's so good. He's so good. This and Naked Lunch and Alien. I love Ian Holmes so much, and I wish he was in more. And he's great as Bilbo.
I could have sworn he was in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, he's Bilbo. He is, yeah, but like when he's doing these weird, crazy roles, like he shows up halfway through Naked Lunch, and he's just sort of this absolute crackhead. And he's fucking great. Naked Lunch, underrated film. Hard to get here. I had to get German Blu-ray of that one. But yeah, that film's awesome. Germany is awesome. If you can't find a film, just try and find a German Blu-ray, and there probably is one. And they are like literal Blu-rays as well. It's not like they're just on the Blu-ray disc. Like, they look great.
I've been to Germany.
I've not, but I would go and then just hoard a shitload of Blu-rays and bring them back. Because legit, they have so much stuff that you just can't get here. Like, there was a film I really wanted to watch last year. Because over the holiday I read lots of Bukowski. And Bukowski wrote a book called Hollywood, which is about him writing a screenplay and that being turned into a film called Barfly. And so I wanted to watch this film Barfly with a friend of mine who also reads a lot of Bukowski. And the only way I could find it was on a German Blu-ray, so I was like, oh shit, I don't know. But yeah, it's great. I have it up there somewhere, I don't know where. The film itself is ums and ahs, but there's lots of Bukowski-esque moments that are a lot of fun. He's got like a gaping head wound, and an ambulance shows up, and they're just like, where's the dead guy? And he's like, no one's dead, man, I'm just covered in blood. And then they're just like, well, call us back when you're dead. And they leave him covered in blood. So, yeah. Any news?
The last film I saw in the cinema was The Kingsman.
Right.
It definitely felt. It was okay, but it wasn't.
It's got Ray Fiennes in it.
He's honestly a very surprising person to lead this like unconventional cast, and he
fits
does
for sure.
Well.
I usually like Ray Fiennes quite a lot. Especially I really like him in Bruges. And like obviously Voldemort most of the time. I recently rewatched Deathly Hallows Part 1, and oof is all I have to say. Basically every line he says in that film is like a joke, and it just doesn't land right. Anyway, I usually like Ray Fiennes a lot, and I thought he was fucking terrible in No Time to Die. I really, yeah, woof. The last film I watched in the cinema, I gave 5 stars. You know what it was?
What? Yes, Spider-Man.
No, I've not seen that. It was The French Dispatch.
Oh yes.
Which I think is the only time I've actually been to the cinema in the last like 2 years.
You went to go see Suicide Squad in cinemas.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, so there you go, that and French Dispatch. Yeah, and I didn't like Suicide Squad. French Dispatch is good though. I wanted to see Licorice Pizza, but I missed it.
Don't worry, it's up for pre-order.
It is, but it says 2024.
You know that's just bullshit. That's not.
Yeah, of course, but I want to know, like, because it's like a dodgy looking. It's not even like a proper cover on the picture yet, so I'm just waiting. But yeah,
It'll be at least 3-4 months.
yeah, I know. But I'm just waiting for the last one. I'm waiting for the new Matrix, and I'm waiting for that. And I'm genuinely, actually excited for the new Matrix.
Oh yeah, me too.
Right? Because, like, I know the action is shit. I know it's really weird, but I just want to watch it, man.
And a lot of like mixed reviews and whatnot.
Yeah, but like all that, most of these new releases don't interest me at all. So that's your market. That's why you're here. You're here to represent the blockbusters, and I'm here to continue championing Abbas Kiarostami, because Abbas Kiarostami is incredible and way too unknown. And I think everyone should watch Taste of Cherry, at least.
Yeah, I champion the new blockbusters.
You're the corporate shill.
I'm not a corporate shell.
You are shill. You'll buy anything from them.
It's not true.
Yeah, it is true. Apart from Batman.
No, I will buy Batman on Blu-ray, but I won't go watch it in the cinema.
Right. Do you understand?
I don't give enough of a shit to sit there for 3 hours.
Yeah. Well. That was a very loud bird. That was weird.
A very loud bird.
I like Batman because he has a car and he also has a bike and he flies in a plane that is called the Bat.
Having a stroke or something.
Oh, also, who's Alfred in the new one? Is it Andy Serkis? Andy Serkis. He's the director of Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage.
Actually did quite a good job as director of the new Venom film.
Says you.
I've seen it.
Says you.
Speak for it.
Says you. Do you know what's cool? I can show off actually. This is from a few months ago, but I don't like the newest issue is back at home, so I don't actually have it. But I do particularly like this cover they did for Empire.
Oh, you subscribe to it?
Yeah, I have been for years. But I do particularly like it. I'm not going to watch the film, and I'm not interested in the film, but it's a cool cover. Just, yeah. I got all of Game of Thrones recently. Not all of it actually, because I think I got 4 seasons because I heard it was only worth watching 4 seasons of it. But I did this exact same thing I did the first time I tried to watch it. I watched 3 episodes. I was like, yeah, that's alright. And then just never picked it up again.
Essentially, you bought 4 seasons for no reason.
No, I will return to it at some point. I'm just saying, I watched 3. I did the exact same thing where I just watched 3 episodes. I was like, yeah, it's cool. Sean just killed a dog. It was cool. And then, and anyway, underrated film, quite good. I recommend. The Big Heat, good film, great release. I'm a big fan of Powerhouse Films Indicator series. I think they're really cool. They release just lots of pulp, 50s, 60s stuff. They also did like a release of Christine that's really good. Yeah, Good Company. I think they have a sale on at the moment. That's very tempting. Same with Arrow. Arrow have a box set sale at the moment. It's very tempting. They have a collection called Vengeance Trails, which has a Lucio Fulci western with Franco Nero called Massacre Time that I am very desperate to watch.
I see.
Because I'm a big Lucio Fulci fan. I don't know, like, what we discussed last time we did this, right? Because
No clue. We go off on tangents.
but how long has it been? Because like my interests have changed quite a lot in the last year.
Hang on, let me have a look.
Like before, I'd sort of complain about blockbusters, but I'd still watch them. Whereas now, I just don't. Apart from No Time to Die, which I thought would be good, and then. I mean, I should say, like, I have got Venom and Fast and Furious, right? But I've got them because I know they'll be bad, and I think it'll be entertaining to watch.
Okay, there are two different ones. One's the last one. It was just you and me. Apparently, 69 movie watch list.
Oh yeah, I made you the letterbox list. I've been adding to that, by the way.
Oh yeah.
For you.
And then we were talking about like then the time after that. Like this was like 3 months ago.
Transformers.
We were talking like about Free Guy and that, and then the conversation turned to Transformers, and I summoned Ed to back me up.
And I scored you both because 4 is the best one. And do you know what? On that note, recently I have been using the power of Disney Plus. It's a wonderful streaming service. Don't know if you've heard of it.
I was using it today.
Right. Well, there's a show on there called To Catch a Smuggler. There's 8 episodes. It's very entertaining, especially when you combine it with Steve Jablonsky soundtracks. So go on Spotify and launch This Is Steve Jablonsky playlist. Press play on that and watch To Catch a Smuggler. And I promise you, it is the most funny, over-dramatic and entertaining thing you will do. I literally watched all 8 episodes with Steve Jablonsky music, and it was so much fun. So
that just sounds like something a high person would do.
I mean, effectively, but like, just listen to Lockdown, right? And they're just searching someone's bag, and they're like, "No, I've got nothing. I haven't got anything in my bag." And they're like, "Well, we found some white powder residue." Meanwhile, the music is like, and they'll be like, "No, it's just my shoes," and they'll be like stabbing the shoes with a screwdriver and like, what if white powder residue comes out of these shoes? We're gonna take you into the back and search your asshole. It's great, yeah. I recommend it. I have a playlist on Spotify. It's called To Catch a Smuggler. If anyone wants to go and listen to that while watching the show, I recommend it. It also has a Seether song in there, which syncs up with a drug bust, and it's very entertaining. So that's what I've been doing lately. I've been watching lots of documentaries. There's one on Disney Plus that's called Lawless Oceans, and it has an incredibly entertaining host, which is a ocean private investigator. Recommend that. I've got 1 episode left. It's so funny. He's such a funny guy, and he sort of just climbs on a boat with a bunch of pirates, and he's like, hey guys, hey, how's it going? Is this your ship? It is your ship. Oh, you just work here. You get paid well? Did you get paid well? No, you don't. I'm gonna search the ship for cocaine.
I don't think you'd find much on a pirate ship.
Are you mad? You sound like someone who needs to watch the documentary. It's called Lawless Oceans. It's on Disney Plus. It's a National Geographic original. Okay?
You wouldn't find any.
And
of my
if you're
shit.
watching this, I don't remember his name because it's like Von Bitter or something. Like, it's a crazy name. If he ever sees this, do more. Do another season or something because you're awesome. I want to see more of you. And Disney, right? Season 2 of Underworld Inc., right? There's an episode with him about pirates. Upload that to Disney Plus because I would like to watch it. And the rest of the show is awful. Underworld Inc., terrible. It's really terrible. But if you could just upload the season 2 episode about pirates with the man from Lawless Oceans,